But suddenly, there was a loud crack. Hello, fantastic peeps! My name is Rachel, and I hope that you've had a great day so far. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today as we count down to Christmas together. On our table, we have little Dumbo right there. I got this from a crane machine. So yeah, this is a little close-up of little Dumbo. I got this really long time ago. So we have one friend here with us as we read today's book. Without further ado, let's head into day 18 of our Disney Storybook Collection Advent Calendar series. Alright, our Advent Calendar is open up and our Dumbo is moved to that side so that we won't be blocking number 18, which is today's story. And yes, we are going to be reading about Dumbo, titled Dumbo's Snowy Day, featuring Dumbo himself and also his mother. When the wintry weather forces the circus train to stop, Dumbo and his mother decide to play in the snow. However, they soon find themselves in trouble, and it's up to Dumbo to save the day before the train leaves. Let's see what will happen. One chilly day, the circus animals were on their way to a new town, but their train, Casey Jr., was struggling to get through the falling snow. His wheels slid on the icy railroad tracks. Finally, Casey Jr. decided it was too dangerous to keep going. The train came to a stop and waited for the snow to pass. Casey Jr. is really struggling here. You can see. Dumbo was happy that the train had stopped. He had never played in the snow before. He thought it felt very strange as he tried to walk through it. His mother, Mrs. Jumbo, encouraged him. "You can do it," she said. Soon, Dumbo got the hang of walking through the snow. All morning, Dumbo and his mother played in the snow. They gathered snowballs together with their trunks. They made snow elephants and even played hide and seek. But as Dumbo and his mother explored, they got further and further away from the train. Oh no. Suddenly, Dumbo slid down a steep hill. He called after his mother to follow him. But when she reached the bottom of the hill, Mrs. Jumbo realized she couldn't climb back up. Dumbo tried to push. He even tried to pull, but nothing worked. Mr. Jumbo slipped further down the slope towards the sharp edge of a cliff. "You will have to fly off and get help," she told Dumbo. So, Dumbo flew off as fast as his ears would take him. As he soared towards the train, the wind began to blow. It pushed harder and harder against him. Finally, Dumbo's ears got so cold he couldn't fly. He worried about his mother while he waited for the wind to pass. Once the wind died down, Dumbo raced to the train. He gathered all the animals together so that they could help. "What are we waiting for?" Timothy Mouse cried. "We've got to save Mrs. Jumbo." Dumbo led his friends back to the cliff. By the time they found Mrs. Jumbo, the windstorm had pushed her even closer to the cliff's edge. The animals knew they had to think of something fast. "Oh dear," worried the giraffe. "How can we get down there to help?" Timothy snapped his fingers. He had an idea. "Everybody, line up," he shouted. He ordered the animals to grab one another's tail. At the front of the line, the ostrich leaned over the cliff to take hold of Mrs. Jumbo's trunk. "1, 2, 3, pull!" yelled Timothy. The animals worked together, huffing and puffing, pulling and stretching until Mrs. Jumbo had made it safely to the top of the cliff. But suddenly, there was a loud crack. The cliffside gave away and the animals tumbled down. "Watch out!" yelled the hippo. "Yikes!" cried the monkeys. "Uh-oh!" said the giraffe. "Help!" shouted the bear. Oh no, this is really not good. All of the animals tumbled together and rolled down the hill. Before long, they had become a giant snowball. "How do you stop this thing?" called Timothy as they zoomed along. The snowball gathered speed until... Crash! Bang! Boom! Oof! The animal snowball hit the bottom of the hill and broke apart. "Is everyone okay?" Timothy asked as he straightened his hat. Luckily, everyone was fine, just a little dizzy from the unexpected snow ride. All the animals began walking back to the train. Walking wasn't nearly as fast as riding a snowball, but it was a lot less scary. That night, Mrs. Jumbo gave Dumbo a warm bath. "Thank you for flying to find help today," she said to her son. Dumbo smiled and blew a trunk full of water over his head. "Hey, don't forget about me," said Timothy from his teacup bath. "I helped too." Mrs. Jumbo nodded. "You certainly did. Thank you." "Aw, gee," said Timothy. "It was nothing. Nothing at all." The end. Okay, today's quite a short story. Do you guys like the story? It's definitely a good one, as Dumbo has risked himself for saving his mother. And isn't that what we daughters and sons should do for our parents? Well guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below as we bring you more of these videos and content. Guys, stay safe and healthy, keep your smile up and your heads high, and have a magical and fantastic day ahead. Bye for now, and see you tomorrow.